So back in July 2017, CCP Labs, they reached out to me. Their first product, originally Cream Clay. They wanted me to test it out, give back my feedback, because I had just started doing YouTube reviews. And I didn't know what to expect. I had never heard of them. And when I tried it out, it was a light holding clay. And it was just very nourishing. It was a product that would make my hair feel softer than it actually was before I showered or before I washed it out, before styling. So I was very impressed with this product, seeing a new home brewer come to the market, and I just started to share it with friends and family, and everyone seemed to love it. So I maintained a good relationship with CCP, and we would communicate about future projects. And for myself, I always wanted to collaborate with a home brewer. I always wanted to influence a product in some way, to share with other people. So CCP and I, back end of 2017, had began discussing a future collaboration of some sort, and it wasn't until early 2018 that we really, we sat down, we started working on labeling what kind of product we wanted to bring to the market. So with Modern Times Matte Paste, we wanted to do something limited, something very unique and special to the market that only 100 people would really get to try out. So we're going to release 100 jars of this product, and get feedback and see what people like and dislike about the product. If they would want to bring it back with CCP, that's definitely something we could work on, but we want to see people's thoughts and how it works for different people around the US and possibly over in Europe and different countries as well. So the labeling, funny, we put a lot of time and effort into labeling and creating labels for this product. We wanted something that was very clean and professional, something that that the average person who doesn't quite know hair products can look at and be like, okay, this looks like a premium product. And so we worked over the last 4 months or so on this label, going back and forth, working together on designing it. I want to say we had 20-25 different edits of the labels, and our first label looks nothing in comparison to what we have now. So we put a lot of time and effort into the labeling and the design of this jar, just because, for people who don't know hair products, we wanted to have it be appealing to the eye of, an individual at a hair salon, looking for hair products online, something that's appealing to the eye. I like this question a lot. I would definitely say there were quite a few products and brands, and what I did to figure out what we wanted in Modern Times is I tried out so many different paste products, from products such as Moon Paste from Nostalgic Grooming, which isn't really a matte paste, to matte paste such as Flagship, which is another homebrew company, to Blue Mon's Monarch Matte Paste, which is created in a lab, and other homebrew products such as Rock River Matte Paste and other brewers. And what we did was I tested all of these in different ways, in damp hair, dry hair, blow-dried hair, and I nitpicked from each one what I liked and disliked, and I tried to take the best characteristic from each product and see, okay, how can we put all of these characteristics into one product? Ease of application, like Moon Paste, to a good natural level of matte, from CCP Hydro Clay, to the volume and strength of Flagship, but with zero grip. So there's a lot of products that have some negatives in it, and we wanted to take the positives from every product and incorporate it into Modern Times. So CCP Hydro Clay was CCP Labs' very first product. Originally, when it was brought out, it was Cream Clay, by Creamclaypaste, and at a very old label looking, almost like 70s vintage vibe going on, and they made a complete redesign, and the redesign is super nice. It's very unorthodox compared to most products. It's very clean, it's very professional looking, and they changed the scent as well. Before it was a almost like a berries crunch cereal smell, which was very nice. It actually almost made you hungry. But now it has like a musky smell to it, very cologne-like, non-offensive, nice in the jar. Again, you don't quite smell it in the hair, but you know, from the first version of Hydro-Clay to now, I mean, the redesign was fantastic, the scent's fantastic, a little better hold, and you know, emulsification of the product. So that's just a little bit about CCP Hydro-Clay. You could get that on the Etsy website on the Creamclaypaste page. It's a 4-ounce jar, it's a pink product, and you know, it's a fantastic pre-styler as well. That's something I didn't realize when I first tried it out, how much volume you could get, and it's that perfect natural level of matte, where it's really just a natural look, you know, natural dry look. So CCP Hydro-Clay, we took aspects of it that we liked for modern times, in terms of ease of application, breakdown, and you know, the healthy ingredients in the hair, the smooth washout. But with modern times matte paste, there's a significant increase of hold. It's quite thicker and creamier, I would say, paste-like. You know, better texture, a little more matte. So yes, we took aspects from it that we liked, but it is quite a different product. Like we said, you can achieve better hold with modern times matte paste. It gives a more natural dry look if you style it before you blow dry and afterwards. You get a lot more volume. It's like that perfect natural matte finish, much better hold, and a different scent as well. And shit, what was the second part of that question? And what made you choose a matte paste for your first collab? Okay. And why we chose a matte paste is, I felt during this time, you know, 3 years ago, the big thing was unorthodox water-based pomades, you know, especially in the homebrew market. And then, you know, the previous 2 years, clay products became very popular. And, you know, there's so many different clays out there that to have that competition, you know, it makes it tough. And I really like the evolution of the matte paste within this last year. I know O'Dowd's matte paste and Northern Lights by Sheer Revival, those were the first 2 matte pastes. Both very, very good products, but there were, you know, some things of each that I didn't like. You know, with O'Dowd's feeling too dry, Northern Lights being a medium hold, not being so versatile to style in damp hair for me at least. But you know, I liked the direction that matte pastes were going and the evolution of them. So to create, you know, basically a paste with clay properties in them, that's a lot more lightweight, a lot more easy to use, a lot lighter, a lot easier to wash out. So, you know, releasing a matte paste at this time just made the most sense. You know, in a year or two from now, it could be clays again that are very popular, it could be gel types, but it seems that it really transitioned from unorthodox water-based pomades to clays to now 2018 matte paste being very, very popular and wanted by the community. What exactly does versatile hold mean? Jack Charles, that's a good question. So versatile hold, I know it's not something you see on many products, because you definitely see products that say low hold, high hold, medium hold, very strong hold. But the reason we put versatile is because with this product, you can achieve hairstyles that are very loose and natural looking to something very structured and clean and classy. So, you know, on the jar we have directions of just 3 different ways that you could style with this product, and there's other ways as well. But for example, you could get a very loose, beachy look that it's very natural looking versus a very put together, clean, classy look. For example, if you're going out on a date or you're going to a fancy dinner, you could use this one method, versus if you're going to the beach and you're hanging out with friends, you could use another method that is very loose and textured. So that's what we meant by versatile hold. And you know, we direct you guys on how to use it, how much to use if you're trying to achieve these different styles with Modern Times. So, you know, with CCP products, both the Hydro Clay and Modern Times Matte Paste both wash out with pretty much water, and it leaves your hair feeling very soft. You know, like I had mentioned before, with CCP Hydro Clay, your hair feels softer after you wash it out, as opposed to when you first shower and wash it. And you know, same thing with Modern Times. Yes, it's a little more matte. It's not as creamy as CCP Hydro Clay. But you know, you wash it out with just water, some warm water, and you pretty much get all of it out. Now, if you use shampoo and conditioner, you would virtually take it all out. But it's a very hydrated product. So washing it out with warm water, you basically take everything out of the hair, if not all of it. In regards to the scent of Modern Times, it's a sandalwood bourbon scent, very subtle. You can smell it in the jar. It's not offensive in any way. It's not very strong, which we wanted. You know, you could smell it in the jar like I had mentioned. But we wanted something classy and something, you know, what I thought of is dressing nice and going to a bar and having a drink, while also combining, you know, something very natural smelling and appealing to many people like sandalwood. You know, I definitely had a great experience working with CCP. If Modern Times is very well liked by the community, people want to see more collabs from us. It's definitely something CCP and I have discussed, but haven't quite started working on anything yet. And you know, for me, if this product takes off and people like what they see, and you know, my YouTube channel really starts to pick up and people want more out of me, you know, I think there's a few other brands I would definitely be interested in, you know, working on a product with and collabing. But for me, I must say, for me, it's very important to have good relations with your customers and your consumers. You know, that customer service, and CCP really demonstrated that well from what I saw. You know, getting back to people, shipping out to people quickly if they have issues, communicating with them well. So there's a few, you know, home brewers that I think do a great job of that. For example, Templeton Tonics, they're also an upcoming home brewer who is very good with communicating with their consumers, and companies like Nostalgic Grooming as well. But CCP really stood out to me on their, you know, how fast they got back to their customers. So that's definitely a big thing for me. So yes, I have definitely thought of, you know, future collaborations, but nothing's in the works at the moment.